Hello, Profit Maximizers, and welcome to Say Yes to Profits TV. I am your host, Octavia Connor. Here at Say Yes to Profits, we help 6 and 7 figure businesses remove the stress of financial management so that they increase cash flow, boost profit margins, and cross the $1 million mark sooner than they think. We accomplish this by providing strategic insight and financial management support. And on average, our clients grow between 50% and 250% within 12 months. Today, we have a special edition of QuickBooks Online. I am going to show you how to receive payments in QuickBooks Online. Now, what I have noticed over the years of working with clients in QuickBooks Online is that clients will make the mistake of using undeposited funds. The mistake is not by using undeposited funds, but is by the way that they use undeposited funds. And what tends to happen is that they will receive the payment, they will select be deposited to undeposited funds, and then when QuickBooks Online imports their transactions from their banking institution, they will also select for that payment to be imported into QuickBooks. And what happens is that they overstate their income. So I am going to show you how to receive your payment by selecting be deposited to your checking or savings account, as well as undeposited funds, and what to do in order for it not to overstate your income. So come on over, let's get started. Okay, so now we are going to go over how to receive payments in QuickBooks Online. Now, what you're looking at here is the sample company dashboard. The first step to receiving payments is that either you can go to the plus rolling sign here and select receive payment, or you can go to sales, and you're going to then be able to see all of the invoices that you currently have open that have yet to be paid. And you can click on receive payment. Now, if you click here on receive payment next to this invoice, QuickBooks is going to automatically pull up this invoice so that you can receive the payment. But if you go to the plus rolling sign and you click on receive payment, you are going to have to then enter the invoice that you want to receive. So you first will enter the customer's name, which it will populate the closest customer to it. And then it's going to populate the latest open invoice or any of the open invoices, rather, for this particular customer. The next thing you want to do is select the payment date. Select the method in which the customer is paying. If the customer is paying via cash, we're going to select cash. If you have QuickBooks Merchant Payment and you want to process the payment for the customer, then you would select the method in which they're paying outside of cash. So maybe check or debit card, Visa, MasterCard, or whomever. Once you select the method in which the customer is paying, if you select check and you're connected again to QuickBooks Merchant account, you're going to receive a button here where you can then enter the checking account information or credit card information for that customer and then process the payment. So the sample company, of course, is not connected to QuickBooks Merchant, so you don't see that here. But again, if you are connected, then that information will populate here. Once you select your payment method, then you're going to put in any reference information that you have, and you're going to select where the money will be deposited to. Now, you can click the drop-down menu and select your checking or savings account, or you can select undeposited funds. If the payment is deposited in undeposited funds, you then have another step that you have to do in order to make sure that that money actually hit your bank account. But we're going to talk about that later. For now, you're going to select checking. You're going to select the invoice, and QuickBooks is going to automatically populate the total amount of the invoice. But if the client paid a different amount, then of course you can change this amount to whatever the client paid. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to click Save and Close, Save and New, or Save and Send, whichever preference you need. So we're going to click Save and Close, and now this payment has been marked. But say, for an example, that you deposited several payments at one time, and you want to make sure that all of those payments go in at the same time. Then that's when you would use undeposited funds. So say, for example, you're going to receive your payment for this invoice here. So we're going to go through and we're going to click on receive payment. The drop-down menu comes. We're going to enter the important information and we're going to say undeposited funds. And then we're going to click save and close. And we're going to go back and we're going to select this invoice for $78.60. And we're going to go through the same step and it's going to be going to undeposited funds. Now this money is sitting over in your undeposited funds account, but it has yet to hit your bank account. And what tends to happen for business owners is that if they have QuickBooks connected to their banking institution and they're importing the transactions in, then they'll go through the import feature and select the deposit. However, now you have actually overstated your income. So what you want to do once you have received the payment from the invoice is that you want to exclude those transactions when QuickBooks import them in under the banking feature. What you want to do is you want to go here to the plus rolling sign and click on bank deposit. Now once this drop down menu appears, and it's going a little slow. There we go. So once this drop down menu appears, you want to then select the correct date at which you deposited. And now you see that 4 payments were actually listed in undeposited funds. And if you deposited all of these payments on the same deposit slip at your bank account, you can then select all of them. But say, for example, that you've only deposited 3. If we select these 3 payments, it is telling you that this is what is going to be deposited into your bank account, $827.67. So on your bank deposit slip, you should see $827.67, and it's going to be deposited here in your checking account. So now you're going to click save and close. So when you go to reconcile your bank account, you will see that total deposit of $827.67 on your bank reconciliation, which is comprised of those 3 invoices that we selected to receive the payment on. Now, if you have any questions, make sure you leave those questions below, any comments as well. Also, share this video on your social media outlet and don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel for your weekly dose of virtual CFO and QuickBooks tips. If you need assistance, feel free to schedule your free financial assessment at sayyesToProfits.com/session. This has been Octavia Connor. See you again soon.